Like, you may as well just print off a big poster of bags and stick it on your wall and just stare at that, because what is the point of constantly buying an object for the sake of having it? You may as well just print out a photo of it and look at it. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. I was on Instagram the other day. Why do I always say that every video now? And this lady came up who a lot of people are kind of responding to and making fun of, I think, because it sounded like it's one of those like podcasts where they're trying to be inspirational or give advice about life. And she says, don't love your job your love. And it kind of sounds like she was saying something, like she was trying to sound profound, but maybe it fell a little flat or it sounded a little bit silly. And there's a lot of people kind of making a joke out of it and saying funny things. But I think what she was saying, don't love your job your love, although it doesn't really make sense, I think what she's trying to say is find something you love and make a job from it. And I think in this day and age, you know, I see a lot of different YouTube videos come up where people are talking about retiring early, saving lots of money, and to be able to have freedom to not work anymore. But if you have a job that you actually love and you love doing, then I think also you might find that you don't want to retire, kind of thing. So I think a lot of people are missing the point of living, and that is trying to find something you enjoy doing as well. However, I know that for most people that is not easy to do, and it can be a little bit more complicated than just, you know, making a job out of something you love. Because also, how do you even make money from something you love? Like, maybe you want to be a musician and you know, it can be hard to make money from that as well. But for me, you know, I was thinking about this and like where relating it to my own life, because I've been making YouTube videos for like almost 6 years now. And it started from me just doing it out of fun, and it's still out of fun, to be honest. And then I started earning a little bit of money from doing it, and it's become a bit of a side hustle for me. And I think a lot of people ask me, like, how do I make videos all the time? It's because I actually really enjoy doing it. I don't really want to stop doing it, to be honest. So I think that is just like something that was very lucky, that I found something I enjoyed doing and I could make a bit of money from it. And even where I work at the moment at the Purse Fair, I really enjoy going to work, guys, and like seeing bags and seeing new things that come in. And although I wish I didn't want to buy as many handbags, I find a lot of excitement in handbags for some reason. And I sometimes feel guilty for that as well. But then at the same time, I'm like, why should I feel guilty for something that I like? I don't know, guys, because I'm a bit torn, because my friend asked me the other day at work, he asked me if I didn't buy as many handbags as I have, what would I have spent my money on instead? Because over the last years, you know, buying and selling bags, although some I sold for above what I paid for, and maybe they were a minor investment, I would have lost a lot of money selling my bags as well. And not to mention that I still have a lot of bags that I currently own, which I've also paid money for. What could I have done with that money instead if I didn't like bags so much? And I guess a lot of people spend their money on something, right? I mean, as I said, I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels lately that I find quite refreshing about, you know, people who don't buy anything or have any desire to buy anything, or they have the discipline to not buy anything. And I find that is really inspiring as well. But I guess if I didn't buy bags, maybe I would have gone down a different obsession with something else. Maybe I could have gone crazy with shoes. Maybe I could have gone crazy with jewelry. Maybe I could have gone crazy with plastic surgery. I don't know, guys, anything. Like, for me, I think I have so many bags now. Like, I have like over 20 Hermes bags. I kind of wish that I got to the point where I didn't want to buy anything else, because it's kind of like pointless, because like, how is adding another bag going to really benefit me that much? I read a comment the other day on a forum, and they were talking about how they really enjoy watching my channel, which was really nice. And someone else commented that they didn't like how some of these YouTube channels, and they could have been referring to me as well, have so many bags in their background. And although they love looking at them, don't see the point in people like constantly striving to buy new things and constantly unboxing, because it kind of reaches a point where it seems pointless and they're just constantly consuming. And I can totally understand that as well. They said, like, you may as well just print off a big poster of bags and stick it on your wall and just stare at that, because what is the point of constantly buying an object for the sake of having it? You may as well just print out a photo of it and look at it. And like, for me, it made me think, like, what if I did do that? Like, what if hypothetically I got rid of all my handbags and I just printed out a picture of all my bags? Would that give me the same amount of joy as just staring at my bags? Because I do just sometimes stare at my bags because I think they look really pretty. Like, I think they look mesmerizing sometimes. But do I need to own it? Like, I don't know. I feel like I have this, like, urge to buy things. Like, I need to own it. I can't just have the photo. But then, yeah, I could technically just take a photo of this and then sell all my bags and then just have the photo on my wall and stare at it. Like, what's the difference? I guess the difference is that I don't get to wear them, and I know that I don't have them. And there's something about having them that, I don't know, maybe it's like an escape for me. Maybe I find it very exciting to own these things. I don't know why I feel the need to have them, though. There are definitely things that I admire from afar that I just like looking at, like even like jewelry pieces, diamonds, artwork. But for me, with bags, it's something that I really love to collect and look at. And yeah, I kind of wish I did get to the point where I would stop wanting to buy more, because I feel like, yeah, I need to do the one in, one out policy now, because I also don't like having too much stuff on my shelf. But at the same time, I think my drive to want to explore bags and buy more bags has kind of brought me to the place where I am now, where I get to make a lot of content. I'm constantly inspired to talk about different bags and new releases. And it also helps me with where I'm working at the moment, because it makes working there exciting, because I love to see what's new coming in and exploring new vintage bags and learning about different bags. It's something that I don't think I'll ever stop learning about. Like, there's so much to learn, and I think with the history of bags and like different stories that these brands tell, like, there's a lot of misinformation out there as well, and about, you know, even authentication and the different Hermes leathers and stitching and the colors. Like, there's so much to learn, and I just feel like I want to keep learning about it. It's not something that I want to give up on, or I want to let everything go and sell it and I want to start a new obsession. Like, I don't know, because when my friend the other day said, what if you, like, you know, didn't have this obsession with bags? Like, what would you do instead? Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I guess I would want to find a passion for something else, but it's actually not easy to find a passion for something that you like to do and that you like to do constantly. I think maybe I would be into maybe painting or something, or maybe I would need to do something creative. I need to do something where I can create something. I think that's, for me, what makes me happy. But I am thankful that I actually found a love for handbags, because it does bring me a lot of joy, and I actually do like talking about them and even just playing with them and wearing them, and it does bring me a lot of joy. So in terms of, like, yeah, money, they are very expensive, and I kind of wish sometimes I didn't like them, because I think if I found a cheaper obsession, which honestly, I think that's why I also got more invested into collecting soft toys again, because I used to be much more drawn to toys and things like that. I think, like, collecting Jellycats and Labubu, in my mind, it was like a cheaper obsession that I could distract myself. But I think with that, it's not like I'm making any content with that, or I don't know, I guess I am to a degree, but that also makes me happy, right? Is that a bad thing that also makes me happy? Like, at what point is consuming things just kind of like a bad thing? Because I think there is a lot of negativity around collecting things and, like, really enjoying a bag or something like that. And people see more value in experiencing life or going on holidays and even saving money, which I think those things are important too. But is it really that bad to really like something? And also, I guess it reaches a point where you start to question the value of things, because I do think that these handbags are way too expensive, but my threshold as to how much I'm willing to spend on a bag has definitely gone up upon the years. And I think with other people as well, like even with those aloe handbags, like they're really trying to push the limit of what people are willing to spend. Even though they're not worth that money, people will spend a lot of money to get something they really want. And even with, you know, the Louis Vuitton lipsticks being $250, I think that is way too expensive for a lipstick, but people will buy it for that price because it's a price point that is still maybe accessible enough, and they just want that Louis Vuitton experience. And they're able to sell it for that much because that's what people are willing to pay. And I think people, like, things are only worth what people are willing to pay, right? With these bags, a lot of people don't see value in them, but then people do pay that much for them, like Birkins and stuff. Like, people say that's not worth that price, and yet you can maybe sell it for above what you paid for it in the boutique. So maybe it is worth that price. So I think, you know, the value of things and what you put your money into and how much joy you get out of it is kind of, it's not always like a clear defining answer to that. I think, you know, a lot of people would see my obsession with bags and maybe soft toys as a waste of money or a waste of my life. But then if it makes me happy, is it really a bad thing? I don't know, guys. I sometimes I think I take it a little far, and I honestly feel like I'm at the point where I don't really need to buy any more bags. I should just be happy with what I have, and I'm trying to like not have the urge to constantly buy things. But I do get excited when new things come out, or if I discover something new, or I get excited when I find something rare on the secondhand market. And is that so bad? I don't know, guys. But what do you think, guys? Should you focus more in your life on things that you love, or what do you reckon? I think that you need a balance in life. You can't have fun all the time. I think you, like, obviously also with working, it's not always going to be fun. There's going to be hard things you're going to do. But if you can kind of, if you can make a job out of something you love doing, I think then that is also a pretty good thing in life, right? I guess the hype with handbags is probably not something that's going to last forever too. But as long as I like them, I'm probably going to just keep talking about them. So yeah, anyways, a bit of a blabby video today, but I guess I'll talk to you next time. Bye!